Good morning, family. Welcome to another Sunday alignment. Now, before we talk about healing, before we talk about trauma, before we talk about narcissistic abuse, I want you to hear these words. You made it. You are still here. You survived the confusion. You survived the manipulation. You survived the nights when you cried yourself to sleep, wondering if you were losing your mind. You survived the days when no one believed your story. You survived the moments when you almost gave up on yourself. And because you are here, that tells me something. There is still purpose inside of you. There is still hope inside of you. There is life waiting for you. Can you say it? Can somebody say it? Amen. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that after you finally leave, everything gets quiet? No more arguing. No more explaining yourself. No more wondering what mood that they are in today. No more walking on eggshells. And suddenly the silence feels strange. Now, let me tell you something. Some people mistake that for feelings of loneliness. But what if it isn't loneliness at all? What if you're hearing peace? What if you're hearing peace for the very first time? See, when you lived inside chaos long enough, chaos begins to sound like home. Drama becomes normal. Confusion becomes familiar. Anxiety becomes routine. See, you wake up expecting the conflict. You go to bed expecting disappointment. Your nervous system becomes so accustomed to surviving that when peace finally arrives, it almost feels uncomfortable. And not because peace is wrong, but because peace at this stage is unfamiliar. And unfamiliar things can feel frightening, even when they're good for us. Can I share something with you today? You are not lonely. You are adjusting. You're adjusting to mornings that don't begin with fear. You're adjusting to evenings that don't end in arguments. You are adjusting to hearing your own thoughts again. You are adjusting to yourself. Some of you have been praying, God, why does healing hurt? I'm going to tell you, because healing isn't just letting go of another person. Healing is letting go of the version of yourself that believed that chaos was normal. Healing is remembering who you were before survival became your identity. Listen to me carefully. The narcissist didn't just occupy your calendar. They occupied your attention. They occupied your emotions, your decisions, your confidence, your peace. So when they leave, there is literally empty space. And empty space can feel uncomfortable until you realize that empty space is where your future begins. That's the starting point right there. So don't rush to fill the silence. Don't rush into another relationship because you're uncomfortable being alone. And definitely don't rush back to what broke you. just because it feels familiar. Sit with yourself. Learn your own voice again. Learn what makes you smile. Learn what brings you peace. Learn what feels like life without permission from someone else. Because that is where healing begins. See, the Now movement was never created to help you obsess over the narcissist. It was created to help you rediscover yourself. That's why we build tools. That's why we build community. That's why we created the documentation system. That's why we gather. Not because we want to keep talking about the past, but because we believe your future deserves your full attention. Do you know what I believe? I believe there are people watching this right now who have spent years introducing themselves through their pain. I was abused. I was manipulated. I was gaslighted. Today, I want you to introduce yourself differently. I am healing. I am growing. I am becoming. I am free. Because your story did not end with what happened to you. Your story continues with what you choose next. So today, choose peace, even if it feels unfamiliar. Choose yourself, even if it feels uncomfortable. Choose healing, even if it takes time. Because let me tell you, every day you choose yourself, you are breaking another link in the trauma bond. And if today's message spoke to your heart, I want to invite you to continue this journey with us. The Real Talk Inner Circle isn't built around endless content. It is built around transformation. Let me say that word again. Transformation. It's where we gather. It's where we grow. It's where we challenge one another. It's where we build practical tools for recovery. It's where strangers become family. So if you're ready to stop surviving and start rebuilding, we'll be here when you're ready. I need you to remember this one truth as you begin your week. Peace is not empty. Peace is making room for the person you were always meant to become. Walk into this week with your head high. Walk into this week believing you deserve joy. Walk into this week knowing that healing isn't something you hope for. It's something you choose. It's something you choose every single day. Until next time, stay powerful. Break the trauma bond. Trust yourself again. I'm Minister Robinson. This is the Now movement. No other way but forward.